My best friend's boyfriend made an explicit AI content of her sister. She stayed.
What the heck?
Trigger warning, mentions of self-harm. Me, Cass, her boyfriend, and Ray, also fake name, are all friends. Me and Cass have been friends for 17 years, and all of us used to work together. How Cass and her boyfriend met, plus how we met Ray.
Okay, cute.
We hang out and game together regularly, but mainly it's me, Ray, and the boyfriend gaming. We've all gotten along and have never had any drama for the 5 years we've all been friends.
Wow, pre-AI.
Yeah, it was like Riley. Riley was just so innocent.
Wow.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
This all started earlier this week. I was with Ray, and she asked me if I had heard anything from Cass, because some crap went down over the weekend regarding her boyfriend. The story goes that she had been seeing weird behavior in her boyfriend of 5 years over the last several months, prompting her to go through his phone while he's asleep.
What kind of behavior? And within the past, when was this posted? Recently?
I'll find out.
Oh,
Like, as AI is getting better?
I'm guessing, yeah.
Oh.
It had to be recent.
Alright.
I'm saying last 2 years at least.
She then calls Ray, sobbing hysterically at what she found.
No.
Cass described seeing AI corn of people they knew. They were generated to make them pregnant with a huge chest.
Are you serious? What?
The bigger issue, one of them was her own sister, as well as a distant friend of hers that lives in another state. And his mom?
His mom?
Not his mom. I mean,
all of it's bad, but
all of it's bad, and then you add another layer of like, your mom? Why you turned on by your mom?
Why is this prompting not stopping him? It's AI. Isn't that supposed to know that's his mom?
Yeah.
Hey, man, this is your mom. You can't generate this.
AI doesn't have feelings. Remember this. I looked it up. It's within the last month.
Yeah.
Dude, I have friends that are in the AI area, and I've seen the crazy stuff they can make for it for, like, good. I
This
don't
is
want to
for-
read it about the bad stuff.
This is the bad stuff.
Oh.
This is nasty.
This is below bad. This is wrong.
By the way, this comes from SimpleKey1310. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to say a little bit about some stuff, but guess what? We do not have all the answers, but we are going to make it funny. And you should tell us what you think, because we're going to tell us what we think right this second.
I think I'm grossed out.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, ew. As OP says, after they end the phone call, Ray sent a text of support to her, but Cass says that she found worse stuff she didn't want to show or tell Ray about,
What?
and says she's going to confront him.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you should.
He better. All right, everyone. I'm going to do a little tech dive real quick. You know, I'll wait for the tech dive.
We'll get that later.
But I know how people can do it, and it's probably good for people to keep an eye on this stuff.
Shortly after, she tells Ray that her boyfriend was in the bathroom with his phone deleting further evidence, and that he doesn't want to talk about it right now. After some short back and forth, Cass tells Ray that the issue is resolved and that they're fine.
The issue's not resolved.
He just deleted the photos. I guess that's it. Everything's done. He's cured. Back to normal, I guess.
It undid everything. You're right.
Yeah, he just deleted it. Now there's no evidence, and now he's,
It's like deleting the search history. It's cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So clean
Dude,
clean slate.
It's not clear.
After hearing this, I had sent a text to Cass asking if everything was all right and that I was told to check on her. Cass never told Ray not to tell me anything, but she had done a very quick 180 from being pissed to saying that they love each other and will work on it. So I was curious to see if she'd changed the story.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
insane. Like, you are both incredibly, I'm just going to
Say
say
it.
it dumb. You're incredibly dumb.
Yeah, no, this
Like-
is...
She probably
That's crazy.
She probably saw like the art and like, oh, you know what? It's a hobby.
Wait, I look good like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait.
wait, should I get a chest job?
Should I get bigger chesticles?
Over text, she tells me that it was just regular use of corn that went a little too far.
A little.
This is deliberately going too far.
Your mom, his mom was on there.
There's like regular use of corn, sure.
And
then there's this.
and then
This
there's
guy's
freaky.
making it. This guy's asking AI to make it for him and of people he knows.
Dude, I can't. Oh,
That he was messing with AI corn and as a result feels angry and disgusted with himself.
good.
Oh,
Well, not that part, but
Yeah.
I'm glad he's feeling a little guilt here.
but claims that he never got off to it, nor was he attracted to them. Also, that he will be going to therapy once he gets insurance from his new job. So
he was just
curious.
he said, "Computer, Mommy Malcolm. I want to see the Mommy Milkers. I want to see the Mommy Milkers, and I'm happy.
Why is he from Boston?
Computer.
Computer,
Increase mommy milkers by 50%.
computer, make my mommy's milkers Mommy Milkers. Computer,
Computer, milk my mommy.
Computer, milk mommy.
I don't like it. I don't like this. This is gross. This is just for science. Computer."
Science.
Computer.
Theoretically, computer, if my mommy were to have bigger mommy milkers, what would they look like?
That's crazy.
Thank you, princess.
She was very adamant that they're fine now and how she wants to spend the rest of her life with him and have kids. That he can also turn into AI.
What a switch up.
We set up a time to call and talk about it, and here's how it went. She started by repeating that what happened was a regular use of corn that just got out of control. She told me she found AI corn on his phone, and when I asked if it was people we knew, she told me no. That it was people we don't know from Facebook. So she's a liar.
Computer, wipe my brain.
I need the Men in Black to come with their little thing right now.
My best friend's boyfriend. So already I'm upset. She's already lying to me, and Ray is absolutely not the type to lie or start drama randomly. I knew I couldn't call her out on anything in the moment. If I did, she would immediately get defensive and shut down on me completely. Instead, I brought up how making AI corn of real people is illegal in our state, and she responded that they had deleted everything. Facebook, Twitter, Grok even.
Oh, good. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you know what? You're right. What?
We deleted it from Grok.
Also, what states? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't
Yeah.
know that was a law.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy.
Like, the new
I think-
rules are coming out,
I
like
think
regulations for
The
it.
first lady, she's been making like really big pushes for that.
Maloney?
hmm That's been like the only thing that I've kept up with her is like she's been like the deep fake stuff. She's been like pushing AI deep fake
Oh,
like
I
to
have-
be banned like a ton.
I've heard like
everywhere.
a lot of, like, especially with the actor. I know actors. That's like a thing. I just didn't know making AI corn of people.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I could take a
Well,
photo of you and put you in a bikini.
Let's not.
Well, because you could use that as like defamation,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Got
Yeah.
it.
What is Grok? Grok is another form of AI where they do like photo
yeah.
generation stuff like that.
I know. This is just like the form of like you did something really, really, really bad and gross, and you
you
said
just
you're
del-
sorry. You said you're sorry.
He like didn't even though, did he?
Well,
I don't know.
We'll get into it. Cowbot 2.0 says, "I missed the person I was 10 minutes ago."
I love that statement.
Same. And Grok is made by Elon Musk. It is his AI service.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it in your Tesla. I know that. I mean, that content is still out there somewhere and can still be traced back, but I digress. What got under my skin the most was when I told her that men with AI addiction will commonly make content like that of people they know, friends, family, etc., and how I'm deeply concerned that this is the case. She responded with, "Well, I've been dating him for 5 years. I know the kind of person he is. We're getting through this together." Which bothered me because she didn't deny it. Yeah.
There's a few things I have to speak about Ray, but we'll get to that in a little bit. She's got a lot of loose screws.
Listen, whoever denied it supplied it.
She probably did buy the internet service.
The more I tried to make sense of it, the more upset she seemed to get. When I tried to ask her about the things she found, that was worse than the AI corn. She completely changed the topic and didn't bring it up again. Yeah, because she's guilty and he's guilty. She's just like enabling it, being like, no, it really wasn't that bad. It could have been way worse. I mean, what he did was pretty nasty. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to see mommy milkers. The phone call ended amicably, but with nothing really...
Amicably. Sorry, this is just a little taste of what I get.
The phone call ended amicably, but with nothing really resolved. To me personally, just the fact that someone made AI corn of real life people is violating and disrespectful enough for me to cut contact with him. But for it to also be people we know that's close to her and deciding she's going to stay and forgive him leaves me with an icky feeling. And we're still left wondering about the worst stuff. What could it be that she can't even tell her best friend of 17 and 5 years?
I know exactly what it is.
I don't want to know what it exactly is. That's crazy. There was worse stuff than what she found.
Yeah, that she just hasn't.
And she said everything's fine.
There was some worse stuff, but it's really not that worse.
I can't even say what it is, but it's pretty bad.
Awesome.
She already knows what it is.
I'm hurt by her being untruthful with me. I understand the situation could be embarrassing to talk about, and I'm not technically entitled to any of this information. Cass has hid arguments and details about their fights from us before, saying she doesn't want us to view him differently as we are all friends. But when I try to tell her what she feels and thinks matters more to me, I get shut down. According to her, this regular use has been going on for months. He's been out of work for a year due to injury.
So he's alone in his room all the time.
He's alone in the room, alone with his thoughts, and he went, I'm bored.
He said, I wonder what mommy's milkers look
He,
like.
he looked at computer and went, all right.
It's ridiculous.
Grok.
Computer, take the wheel.
And you don't just start with genetic copy pasting and her family and distant friends.
Yeah, that's the rabbit hole. He literally was like, that's boring. Let's up the game. Let's up the ante here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My mom.
God, I would just not. I can't. We can't stop thinking about who all else he has done it to. His brother's spouses? His old coworkers? He really doesn't have friends outside of me and Ray, and that's not something we want to think about. Where do we go from here? The friendship dynamic is effed. It goes without saying that neither of us feel comfortable around him knowing he's been doing that. But Cass and him have a very codependent relationship. If we cut him off, we would have to accept potentially losing her too. He tells her he won't ever do it again, and she believes him. But I've heard enough stories of the person reoffending, so I don't have much hope there. I don't think she deserves to be in this situation, and we want what's best for her. Is there any way we can help her?
I want to start with Cass. One important factor that she put in there is that we've dated for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's stuck in this sunk cost fallacy. She believes there's no other option out there for her, and this is the guy that she's going to be with because they've been here together forever.
Yeah. I've done the
And-
5 years. It's the rest of my life kind of thing.
And they're young,
Crazy.
21, 23,
Mm.
college
And
time.
biggest one, extremely codependent.
Yeah.
That's big.
Like they are the same entity pretty much.
The second thing I want to talk about is why she's being so dismissive of these actions.
Again, when I was saying like there is corn use, like regular corn use, that's one thing. Still not great, but he is explicitly typing in people you know
Yeah.
and
people like family members.
He
and
takes it to another level.
It's an
yeah.
extreme level of like, whoa. Like if it was just like, oh, he's just using AI corn.
okay.
Well, again,
I
okay.
Stormkitten said it is really a loss at this point when she's just brushing AI corn of his mom under the rug.
Truly. And again, the biggest thing is there was more.
Yeah.
There was something that she will not share with the class because she knows there's already a bad taste in your mouth, but this will like make you have a stomach ache.
So
No, she's backtracking. And she knows that, like, I've had friends that are in a toxic relationship and they intentionally leave things out. And then it's like, well, you know, and you're not getting the full story. So you have to be like, well, I think you're just overreacting or something like that. They feed into it
They
instead
do.
of being like, this is actually what happens. You know, am I crazy? And it's like, oh.
So with Cass, I'm going to say this. She is a victim of her own relationship, and she's not going to see the clarity of it until years down the road when she gets worn down and it's finally time for her to leave, because this is like a huge thing, and it's because she's in it. I've been there before. It's tough. She can't just leave. It's big. Now I want to talk about the boyfriend.
But that guy needs, well, obviously he's getting therapy. Like I think the steps that he's doing, positive,
Positive.
good. I still can't be friends with you. I'm
I'm gonna need space. I'm gonna need space. I'm gonna need to see a lot of change. I believe people can come away from his addiction, but as a friend of his, you should step away. Also, another key thing that I saw about him, he has no friends.
Yeah.
And as a man, I got to take accountability of myself and understand that being in social circumstances is important for me to develop as a man. And I need to put myself in those scenarios and not shy away from it. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there's a lot of anxious stuff to it. Like yesterday, I went and did that. But I have to because I need to develop as a man. And there's a lot of things out there for me. And the fact that this guy has shied away and chose to stay in a room by himself, chose to make these things, type these things out, and you have to copy and paste people's faces into these AI prompts.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to give her the cold water and be like, you do realize you're defending this, and I get it. This is your boyfriend of 5 years, and you care for him, and you have a connection. I cannot be friends with that guy.
Yeah.
Sorry. No. Like, let's do an extreme case here. Oh, I found him that he unalived people. But he said he's sorry.
Yeah.
He said he won't do it again.
Well, did he unalive a lot of people with cooldown time? Because that makes him a serial killer, and that makes him hot.
Stop. Stop it.
Well, there are some relevant comments. Commenter number 1 says, I'm willing to bet the thing she doesn't want to talk about is illegal everywhere. And commenter number 2 says, yep, definitely one of those things where it's not like it's real, just doesn't hold up. OP responds, I can definitely understand how a regular schmegular corn use could happen, and I wouldn't blink an eye if my buddy was into some weird crap within reason. I'm not sure if I'm being purposely ignorant here when I say I'm fairly sure there's nothing underage, but even if I asked, I know I wouldn't get the truth.
I don't know, man.
I didn't even think of underage.
That's what was on my mind this whole time.
Oh, I did not even think. Ugh.
Yeah.
See, that's like what, like, I just don't.
That's good.
Yeah, no, that's a very good thing that I just
Savannah
don't.
is just radiation of sunshine
Lollipops.
and lollipops. Like, literally, if we went to her brain right now, you remember Mabel?
It's like, yeah, it's like
Mabel
this,
from
it's
Gravity
this-
Falls?
The space. Yeah. Just,
Mabel?
Yeah,
I
that's
love
you.
her.
Remember her
I relate to
world
her.
that Build made? Remember that in the...
yeah, she's like wants,
my God.
she just wants a boyfriend, and that's it.
Yep, you're Mabel.
You're Mabel.
I'm Mabel. I love that. She's the best character. Comment number 3 says, Cass needs your support more than she needs condemnation of him. She didn't confide in you, probably fearing your reaction. She needs time to assimilate. This is her long-term relationship. She's invested in it. To leave would be difficult. Complete upheaval. There are financial implications. You can offer her support while excluding him, but expect to lose her. She needs you.
That's a good point. I like that.
OP responds, this is a very mature take. Thank you so much. We're hoping giving her a little more time will allow her to wake up, per se. It's just hard to support someone who won't accept it. And there is an update.
All right, will we get Cass out of the situation? Stay tuned.
I'm thinking no.
No?
The fact that she's
Come on.
already on this hill of, she's like, it's good. Nothing ever happened.
Unfortunately, she's going to have to wait till something worse happens in order to maybe wake up. But yeah, I hate that it has to come to that. But like those types of people who are very codependent and can't think on their own and need that person, they will stay with them literally no matter what. And it's so toxic, but they don't understand. They don't get it. They're like, I'm comfortable. I can live like this. It's fine. It's just excuse after excuse.
It's living in denial.
Yeah, and it's sad. There is an update. Next day.
Whoa!
So quick. Something that I had left out of the first post was that the phone call we had took place the day before her birthday, and that her birthday party was going to be a couple days later.
Uh-oh.
Me and Ray agreed we would still be going and would do our best to still treat her as we always have and make her feel special and loved on her day. She cares very deeply about her birthdays, and we didn't want to do anything to ruin her night. Good friends. But that we wouldn't really speak to her boyfriend unless spoken to. Spoiler, he didn't speak or even look at us the whole night. Yeah,
Wonder why.
'cause he feels guilty. The party took place at a local bar we love, and everything was going smoothly. We greeted each other, hugged, ordered drinks, and did all the normal things girls do at bars together. I'm assuming Cass picked up on the fact that me and Ray weren't going to talk to her boyfriend, and neither did our fiancés. In our defense, he did isolate himself from the entirety of the group, because after a couple drinks, she pulled me and Ray outside to the parking lot to talk. The conversation with the three of us began with her saying she wanted to clear the air a bit. To her credit, she started by admitting that she had given me and Ray opposing information and wanted to be clear to me that what Ray had told me was in fact the truth. I told her that it hurt that she lied to me, and she hits me with, "But you have to understand, I was hurting. Yes, obviously she is the one ultimately being betrayed and hurt here." But there was no acknowledgement nor an apology for lying. She tells us that the reason he had made the AI corn was because of mistreatment he went through as a child. Get help. And then she just kind of stared at us.
She's so inside, bro.
It's like, what do you say? It's like, well, he just had a hard time growing up. That's why he does these weird things. It's like,
So we're good. She's like, so we're good, right? We're good.
That
We're
is
all
a-
cool, back to normal. Nothing ever happened, right?
great excuse. Is that it? Is there, we gonna do anything about it, or just be like, okay, I'll take that?
Oh, God.
Like she had pulled the ultimate win con or had played all 5 pieces of Exodia. We tried to argue that while we sympathize with him and are deeply sorry that he went through that it cannot be used as an excuse or explain away his behavior. Thank you. Thank you, friends. You got a brain. Brain alert. She seemed genuinely upset that we didn't just forgive him right then and there and move on. Ray goes on to tell her that now wasn't the best time to discuss all this. Her and Cass were fairly wasted by this point, and that tonight was about celebrating her and we should focus on her having fun. Also that she should take more time to truly process everything and consider if she really is okay with what he did. If she's really okay with the fact that he made corn of her sister and his mom. But this only led to another rant about how she's fine and it doesn't affect her.
She's lying. We'll get the real answer soon.
As we tried to voice several of our concerns, we were constantly being interrupted and talked over. But you know that isn't like him, or but his trauma, etc.
She's reaching. She's
Yeah.
reaching for any excuse to find this okay
Literally.
and have her friends be like, this is okay.
Yeah, she really wants her friends to approve of it, and it's like no normal person is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's
You
fine."
just don't understand. It's like just a mental issue. Like all he did, like it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, a lot of the comments right now, they're all saying they have seen people or them themselves have been through hard things, but others have not suffered because of the traumas they went through.
Yeah,
Get help, dude.
yeah. Some people can face it and own up to it and be like, "Yes, I understand. There's a problem." This guy is just like, "Babe, there's no problem. This is normal," or
Yeah.
like, I didn't do really any harm. You know, this is just like for me. Like no one else was involved." She's like, "Oh, you're right. Wait, okay, come on, wake up." I even tried to ask her to let me get my full thought out before she responded, but I was interrupted twice just trying to get out one sentence. I have a friend like that.
Me too.
It's not me. That's not, I mean,
Yeah, we're not friends, you're
I
right.
do that. Wow.
We're family. We're family.
It became very clear to both me and Ray that she didn't want to actually have a conversation. She wanted us to listen to her, but she didn't want to listen to us.
Well, technically, it was just a one-sided conversation.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't retaining anything we said. She was just waiting for her turn to speak. I know that.
It's just a waste at her birthday right now. We should wait
I
a day.
know. For real, like, enjoy your birthday, girl. She's like, everyone has to, like, agree with me. Everyone agree with me. And it's like, no, because it's wrong. It's not right. For those wondering if it was kids, she was very adamant that she didn't see anything like that. And wasn't entertaining our concerns about it either. This wasn't going anywhere, nor was it productive. We eventually convinced her that we should all go back inside and try to enjoy the night, and that we should talk about this when we're not 2/3 wasted and in the cold. Things were awkward for a bit, but we all seemed to recover quickly. I took Ray home at the end of the night, and as it stands, neither of us want a friendship with her boyfriend going forward. But how we feel staying friends with Cass is still blurry. We've both already blocked him on everything, but still leaving a line open to Cass in case she somehow snaps out of it. By the way, you can snap into listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime.
Please end this nightmare fuel.
Yeah, there's a little bit left.
I'm done with it.
I think just get into it. I wasn't sure if it was important to add in the first post, but Cass has borderline personality disorder, which explains her strong attachment to him, as well as how we have to go about speaking to her.
I don't like how we have to phrase our words because of other people's
Walk on eggshells.
because of what other people are going through. I should be able to go to my friend and tell her, hey, this is a messed up situation. You got to get out of here for the betterment of your own person.
It's hard to convince those people.
It's impossible. It's impossible to convince those people because all they hear is, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. And whatever you say that's not confirming with me or reassuring me that I'm right and saying I'm wrong is wrong. Your opinion doesn't matter. My opinion is the only one that matters. And if you say anything else, you're wrong.
No, literally.
Crazy.
You just have to agree and be like, okay, well, I hope he does better.
And then stop being friends with her.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, no, you can't do that.
We have to make sure our tones are even. If there's any hint of aggression or disdain, then it'll trigger her abandonment wound and cause a meltdown. I also added this to say that just straight up cutting her off could have potentially dangerous implications to her. But we have yet to see eye to eye on this, and I doubt we will. Thank you all for reading this far. All advice and comments have been very helpful. Me and Ray have been reading all of them and considering our options.
Storm Kitten says, now I have BPD and no amount of attachment would make me stay through all that. There has to be a breaking point. Get her to therapy. I would be thinking about an intervention with a therapist present.
I mean, yeah. I just don't like those types of people, though.
It's like talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
It's just so hard.
They have to come up with the idea.
Truly. And
you have to make them seem like they came up with it and that
oh
they're
my gosh.
right.
I'm really good at doing that.
It's exhausting.
But then like if you're telling them like we think you should get therapy, you're attacking them.
Oh, for sure.
They feel attacked and you hate them and you're no longer their friend.
I'm really good at doing that.
It's literally a lose-lose situation.
It is.
And the best thing you can do is lose that friend. Unfortunately. Like you can try, but it's hard.
There are some more relevant comments. Commenter 1 says, please drop this friend. She needs therapy. You're not responsible for her emotions or her behavior. I guarantee this girl is so unregulated or delusional that she'll actually become an enabler to her boyfriend's regular use of corn. Comment number 2 says, it's frustrating that OP can't see when they explain that his trauma doesn't make up for what he's doing. Yet they're also defending their best friend the same way. OP responds, you're right. I know it's over. Ray knows it's over. I was doing my best to keep the post somewhat neutral, but her actions, as well as his, obviously, aren't possible to defend. I figured bringing up her mental health issues could bring in more context as to why this is so frustrating. I can see that I was doing the same crap I was complaining about. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that, unless OP responded to that one.
Commenter number 3 says, by BPD, do you mean bipolar or borderline personality disorder? Because if it's the second, walk the F away from her right now. This is not going to get better, and by the end, you will be the villain, and you will lose a lot of friends in a not very pleasant way. OP responds, borderline. You guys were right. Funny you say that last part. I already have lost friends, mainly in high school, but yeah, I'm used to taking her side, but I can't do it this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard. Those types of friends, like, it's frustrating because it's like you see it, but they don't. And then somehow, maybe one day they will, but you can't make them. No. They don't want to. They rather live in ignorant bliss, which cool. But I cannot support that. Like morally, I can't say, yeah, that's all right. Sorry, but I can't. Call me a bad friend.
Sorry, I was gonna say, OP, all you gotta do is just say your piece. Send it, write it down, send a letter, give it to her.
Yeah.
Don't, if she can't really accept it when you speak, you say your piece, wish her the best. Hopefully you can come back down the line, but there's no changing her. She's already set her mind. She's defending her boyfriend. You gotta bring up both of those cases because it seems like there's 2 separate cases. Her and also her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Sorry, you got to walk away. It's just something you can't put your time, your effort, your mental state for because you're just going to be talking and fighting against a brick wall.
This is sad. Van Camper says, my bestie had BPD and was in a bad relationship. She finally left, but nothing I said would get through to her. It took a very severe event and hospitalization to leave.
Jeez. Yeah. And that's what it is. It takes the most extreme things for them to change or understand that, oh my gosh, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then at that point, everyone's gone.
Well, they're yeah, and they're also conditioned by that
Truly.
person. She's been doing it for 5 years, so anything he does at this point, it's not the worst. It could be worse, okay? And then when it is worse, oh no, it could still be worse.
So-
what is the worst then?
I did look this up for OP and see if there's any update. OP did post an update about 5 days later after these
Oh.
two posts. The title of it, I won't read all of it, but the title of it is Leaving My Best Friend of Almost 20 Years.
Wow. Good for her.
I'll read the last two things because I think it's very important for OP. She said, I stayed for so long because I would feel guilty leaving. She's
Yeah.
told me before that she would do very bad things if I ever stopped being her friend.
Exactly.
I stayed because she scared me.
Mhm.
Something happened recently that I could absolutely not defend her nor condone morally. Watching her double down on it made something click in my brain. I don't have to deal with this anymore. It's not my problem. She's not my problem. She knows she's wrong, but she doesn't care. We never had a discussion about not being friends anymore. But I just silently removed her from all socials and messaging platforms. I'm not sure if she's noticed yet. I expected her to call me once again, screaming and crying, but it's been silent so far. Obi finishes it off saying, I'm not even sad. I'm relieved. And
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing for anyone out there dealing with anyone with BPD, or like if you yourself are dealing with it, you need to, snap into reality or understand that you could be not harming just yourself, but everyone around you, or you might lose them. So
Yeah.
And we're done with that one. I hope we don't read another story like that again. I thought it would be like the last one. This is so much worse.
Yeah.
I let my friend's friend move in with us, and now I'm trapped living with slobs.
Oh no, my worst nightmare.
I'd rented an apartment with my now ex-fiance for a little over a year and a half, but ended up having to find a place when we separated and the lease was up. Around this time last year, I was looking for a 2-bedroom with my friend Emily when she suggested our other friend Sarah move in with us. Sarah. At the time, I didn't really mind it. Then had agreed to share a room since I wanted my own space. By the way, this comes from Big Dibby Woman, and if you want to see my own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I am Riley Wilson,
And I'm Savannah.
I'm Keon.
and we're going to be goofy reading this story. If you have anything you'd like to add, please add it down below in the comments. Obi says, 2 months passed, and Emily says that her friend Lily needed to move out of her parents' place since she shared a room with her parents and younger brother.
Ooh.
We ended up finding a 3-bedroom and moved in at the beginning of December 2025. Sarah and I have our own rooms and share the hallway bathroom, while Emily and Lily share the master bedroom and bathroom. Okay, living situations.
Living space.
Sarah own bedroom, OP own bedroom,
Oh, wait, I thought
Emily
you
and
said they-
Lily share a bedroom. They're in a 3-bedroom apartment.
Okay, so OP their own, Sarah their own, and then Emily and Lily together.
Yes.
Got
All right,
it.
we got it?
Got it.
The first month of us living here wasn't terrible, but now that it has been a little over 5 months, I genuinely hate living with them, and I'm starting to hate them as friends too.
No.
This is why they usually tell you not to live with your friends.
It is tough. Here's my biggest grievances with each of them because they all drive me insane in their own ways.
How do you do that? Does your body not hurt?
No, I really think I'd be a really good clown if I wanted to be.
Take the clown class.
It costs money.
Yeah, but it's
You're
worth
already
it.
a clown.
No, clown classes are so good. If anyone has the opportunity to do it, freaking do it. It was one of the best classes I've ever taken. I would take it again in a heartbeat. You get a red nose after.
Emily has 2 cats and does not let them out of her room for more than 10 minutes every few days. I have a cat as well, but they get along well. So I don't understand why she doesn't let them out. But I feel so bad for them. They're constantly cooped up in their rooms and it smells disgusting from the cat's litter.
Ugh.
At least it's in their room and not in the house, right?
If I had a cat, it'd be an outside cat.
Aw.
And it would love it because I live on a farm.
Okay.
You could smell it from the hallway with their door closed.
Ew.
Ooh.
She also buys takeout every single day and leaves her half-eaten food in bags on the counter directly next to the trash for days.
Ew.
She has not washed a single dish in over a month, but lets her dishes sit in the sink.
Ew.
I'm so glad my mother taught me how to clean.
Me too.
According to Sarah, Emily's grandmother cleaned her room for her, did her laundry, as well as ironed and folded it, and took care of her cats for the past 5 years. What?
Wow.
And so she wants you guys to do it.
Yeah.
Be my grandma.
She doesn't know. That's what happens. You know, you want to take care of your child, but there's time when they become independent and can learn how to take care of themselves.
Dang, she's expecting you guys to do it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know how to do it. I'm like, girl, guess what? You're going to learn right now.
Literally.
Right.
It's not rocket science. You got your 2 hands. Do it.
Do
Like,
it.
Picking up a dish and cleaning it is truthfully not that bad.
Yeah, I have a pivot kitchen.
Pivot kitchen, what is that?
Pivot.
It's so small that you can pivot on one foot and get to everything you need to.
Oh God, I would hate that. No, I like a big kitchen.
Oh, good for you. I enjoy it because I can pivot around the kitchen. Boom, 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 boom. After 4 minutes, it's unloaded.
Ow. See that? I'm glad that works for you. Me, I like to spread out. I like to have room. I like to put things everywhere. But then, like, I also like to clean up. I just like not being like this and everything's on top of each other. And I'm like, oh my God, no counter space.
I love that.
Drives me insane. No.
Feels like
Who
I'm
likes
Gordon
that?
Ramsay. It feels like I'm on Chopped.
Until you chop off your fingers because you don't have any room.
I cut things like this. Anyways, grandmother. To this day, Emily brings her laundry to her grandma's, drops them off, and picks them up a few days later, despite us having a washer and dryer. She also gets her and her boyfriend food all the time and leaves it in the fridge until it goes bad, but tells us we cannot touch it.
Oh, dude. Oh, no.
Sorry, I'm throwing it out.
If this is happening for 5 months, either I'm moving out or I'm having a roommate intervention saying, hey, we got to change our mindsets around here, or I'm gone, good luck, or
Wait,
you're gone.
Keon, we haven't even gotten to the other 2 roommates. This is just Emily.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sarah.
Oh, no.
She has a man, using this loosely because he literally just mooches off of her, but she refuses to see that comes over multiple times a week. She has never told anyone when he is coming over, so multiple times now, Emily and I have walked out of our rooms with no pants on and had to run back in because he was there. Instead of saying anything to him or telling us when he's here, despite us asking her to, she makes jokingly comments saying that we should just know.
You can smell him across town.
Yeah, you can smell him after Emily's door of the cat litter. The only ways I know he is here before actually seeing him are 1, going to the restroom and seeing both toilet lids are up, and 2, if they cook food every time he comes over, enough to feed 5 people, mind you, and they leave their dishes with food in them for a few days on the stove and in the sink.
Okay, so I'm picturing this. I'm picturing this. Okay,
Okay.
well, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1, nothing is wrong for cooking food for 5 people. I don't know how to cook for 2. Leave me alone, Keon.
Same.
So, what we got from Emily, she has food next to the trash can that's standing out there for days. Sarah has food. Where does she have it?
On the stove.
On the stove
And
for days.
And in the dish.
And
Or in
there's
the sink.
unclean dishes in the sink. Okay, I'm picturing this kitchen.
Oh, it's probably nasty. There's probably like bugs and like flies, like gnats at least.
I hate this episode.
There's spoiled food in the fridge.
Ugh.
Okay, keep going. I'm so
just
excited.
imagine the smell.
Wait a second.
Mm-mm.
Yes. No, I could. Yeah, you're right.
Smell. I mean, like, oh God, I hate it. I'm so sensitive to smell.
So glad you didn't smell my fart a little bit ago. I like to meal prep, and sometimes she has to have a little.
Why? Hold on. She's making food for 5.
Always give her a bowl or a plate. The last few times she asked, she ate multiple of my prepped meals, even though I said not to eat more than 1, since I budget my grocery shopping and cooking portions. I cook all the time. I give my roommates sometimes. If I cook a lot, I'm like, oh, here you go, man. Love you.
I
Very
do the
kind
same
of you.
thing.
That's very nice of you.
Thank you.
I am actually gonna bake this weekend my famous chocolate chip banana muffins, and I will give them to my roommates because I did that last
And
time.
not
I'm
your
jumping up
coworkers?
and down, clapping with my hands not touching each other. That sounds amazing.
I'll bring them here too. They're really
Please.
good.
She has yet to offer any of the food she has cooked for herself or her man. The one time I asked for some, she told me no because her man wanted to take the rest home. She also leaves hair, toothpaste, and whatever else all over the bathroom sink and counters and never cleans up after herself. This is why I
Ugh.
love having a bathroom by myself because I don't really...
Oh my
have to
God,
worry about
my
that.
bathroom is spotless and I love it. I like really take care of the bathroom because that you spend a lot of time in there. You know, and it's a lot of cleaning and grooming, and like especially with like being a girl and my hair. Like, I mean, I don't shed a lot, but my sister's bathroom, I mean, both of them just shed everywhere. And I'm like, do you guys just intermittently clean in here, or you just walk around the hair? What do you do?
Today specifically, I had asked her to turn her music down so I could do my homework. She turned it down one notch and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm using your speaker."
Oh,
Okay.
terrible. I was going to say she did turn it down. You just didn't weren't specific. She was being a smartass about it.
So that was Sarah. We already did Emily. We are now on to Lily.
Did we save the best for last or worst for last?
I'm hoping this is medium.
We're going to find out.
Let's see how Emily and Lily live, because they live together.
Lily, I have the least issues with,
Oh, good.
mainly because she is only home a total of maybe 3 hours a week.
What? Okay.
Does she have a boyfriend? That being said, my first issue comes from the fact that Emily asked if she could move in with us to move out of her parents' house. She spends more nights at her parents' house than hours every week.
As long as she's paying rent.
Yeah.
We went from paying $800 a month each between the three of us, me, Emily, and Sarah, to paying over $900 a month each since we had to find a bigger place. I see. I know it's not that much more, but it's $100 more a month that I could be saving. Lily treats our apartment like a storage unit rather than a place to live. That brings me to my next issue with her. She and Emily share a room. As I said before, Emily already is not the cleanest person ever. However, Lily makes her seem like a tidy and neat individual.
Oh, no.
No. Are you? No.
She doesn't even live there, and she's messier than everyone?
She's messier than Emily. Not Sarah. Sarah's the worst one.
Oh,
Emily.
Sarah's the worst one. Okay.
Lily has not cleaned her side of the room since we moved in.
Which
Well,
was
how can
some
she? She's
5
never
months.
home.
Yeah. She's home 3 hours a week. Crazy.
They're all in college. This is a nightmare. I don't think I could do it. I'm so glad I didn't have sisters growing up
Ugh.
because of this.
They're great. And also horrible at the same time.
See, okay. I'm just saying this. If I had sisters growing up, I would have to play more into the psychology warfare of people. I know Keon has to play with this. It's like the psychology thing. Being like living with Sophia, that was the first woman I've ever lived with.
Really?
That was tough because I'm like, is she mad at me or does she just need her own space? And I always think that. I'm like, is there something I did wrong?
Sophia just says things how they are. She's like, yeah, you need to do that. But like with like not any emotion. So it's like, was that aggressive or was she just stating it as a fact?
And my mom would always grip trip me for not doing dishes. And I'd always be like, Sophia, I did the dishes. I'm a good roommate. OP needs to grow a effing spine. I would draw the line at eating my food. Yeah. We have an apartment inspection coming up, and I had gone into their room with permission and cleaned up since I'm worried about being marked for hoarding. By the time I was done getting the piles of clean and dirty clothes off the floor, there was a layer of trash I had to pick up. One thing that's not trash is the stories we tell. If you want to hear more stories just like this one, go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime. I know a lot of my issues come from me wanting things to be cleaned. We do have a rules list that we made even before we moved in officially.
Good thing rules are meant to be broken.
Dude, we have a chore chart at my place, and you like just mark off when you do things. Like yesterday I came home and I saw that like the dishwasher said, oh, it's clean. So I just unloaded it. You just kind of do it when you have time. And I feel bad because I feel like a lot of them work from home. So a lot of them do it all the time. And I don't work from home. So when I have time to do it, I try to do it as much as I can.
Yeah.
And
I
you
usually
just
take
mark it off.
like 30 minutes in the mornings and just kind of
Yeah.
make it happen.
See, I work at night. That's my most energy, believe it or not. Most energy at night. I like to bounce around.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
One of the rules being to clean up after yourselves in common spaces. Another is to be conscious of others' times, work schedules, and space. I take it upon myself once a week to deep clean all common areas. It's embarrassing to live in such a disgusting place, and I feel horrible when I come home and can't even set my stuff down because the counters are covered in bags, food, and trash. Easy solution, obviously, is just to move out. I live in Southern California for one, and for two, our lease isn't up until December. I have learned by now to just come home, do what I got to do in our personal spaces, and lock myself in my room for the rest of the day. She lives in Southern California.
She's paying
And she's paying $900 a month. That's nice.
plus with 3 other roommates. But I would, you know what? If I have to pay $900 a month to live like this,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would pay $1,500 to live at least semi-clean and with some
Yeah.
sanity. This is what I did in college. Like, we had that many roommates, and the downstairs was just so gross because we had one roommate who was just disgusting that I had the master bedroom with a friend. We would be like, you know what? I can't go downstairs. Like, he'll go downstairs to cook and stuff, but not even use the fridge. I'm like, you know what? I got a mini fridge for our room. I couldn't go down there. It was disgusting. I was like, hey, bye. Go into my room. They're like, we never see you, really. And I say, yeah, because it's freaking gross down here.
I don't know. I feel like you don't need to live in a pristine, clean all the time house. Like, I mean, sometimes obviously things build up, but then you realize, like, literally the other day I noticed, like, oh, I've had these like shirts in a pile over here because they're not dirty and I just don't feel like hanging them up. And so I just kind of put them in like a little pile on like this cushion. And I'm like, I should clean them up. And so I do sometimes.
The biggest thing is there's public spaces
Yeah.
and private spaces.
And then that's also...
Do whatever you want in your room as long as it's not affecting other people. Like
Exactly.
the kitty litter. Hi, Dakota. Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Gross.
no, that's affecting
Yeah.
other people because I can smell in the hallway.
Truly. If it's just in your room and it's not bothering me, that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Keon, how do you and Dakota split rent? Evenly?
Nice.
My bridesmaid scared me so badly, I thought she'd ruin the altar, so I cut her off.
What did she do?
Nothing. She wasn't there anymore.
She was actually a ghost. I asked a friend to be a bridesmaid when we were on good terms and really close. But more recently, I have become uncomfortable with our friendship and do not feel that it would be a good fit anymore. Her behavior has become incredibly erratic and inappropriate in private and in public, and makes myself and the rest of my bridesmaids and friends in general uncomfortable.
What?
It has gotten to the point where if I ask the other girls if they want to hang out, they now ask, is blank coming?
Ah, dude, that's
hard.
there's a guy on my basketball team that's like that.
By the way, this comes from Onion and Celery. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give some good advice. Maybe we'll make you laugh, maybe we won't, but I'm hoping that we do. But guess what? We do not know everything. We only know what we know, but let us know what you know in the comments, you know? As OP says, I have started to spend less time with this person, but have not completely removed her from my life because she is my coworker. Ooh, it's getting even harder to avoid her. So you work with her and you also have her in your bridal party.
Wow, I could not imagine a world where that could happen.
Wow. So when we spend time together, it is mostly related to work now. Behavior, context, excessive cursing. I curse, but she curses every other word, which is not an exaggeration, and screams them in public so people stare. Ugh, so trashy. I like to swear as much as the next person, but I also know when to filter it. I watch kids.
Liar.
I used to watch kids for a living. And never once did they hear me swear.
Don't believe you.
I'm really good at it. I'm really good at censoring myself. Goes into excessive detail regarding her spicy sleep life, positions liquids, STD results over 10 men each week.
Hey, yo, who has the energy for that?
In public again, screaming it while people stare. Okay, so she just wants attention.
Spotlight, 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 spotlight.
God.
Spotlight. Moonlight.
Anything for reaction.
That's
I know people like that.
crazy.
I
Used to be me
couldn't.
for a while.
It
I
still
tried to
is
impress
you.
John and Sam all the time, and I would just say anything for reaction, and I got it. And I told my girlfriend this, I will say anything to make people laugh.
Oh.
I know. Not really anything. Actually, I take that back. But I am a laugh whore. I like laughs.
Me too. Saves information to use against people later.
Oh my gosh, cut this person off. Oh.
I told her not to eat on the couch to avoid oil stains, and she responded, "Oh, I know how to piss you off. I will just come here and destroy all of your furniture. I'll cut it all up and ruin your house," then laughs it off. Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
I don't
That's
effing know.
crazy.
Maybe it effing is. I don't effing know, you C-word. That's how she would respond.
That is how she would respond. I'd be like, "Oh,
OP?
Let me talk to one of the 10 guys I'm going to hook up with this week.
Oh no. OP, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you who you are. Are you like this person? Is this who you want to be?
says the choices I have been making for the wedding are effing stupid, and asks financial questions. I feel bad wanting to remove her because I am the one who asked her to begin with, but she makes me anxious now, and I am so afraid she's going to do something inappropriate at the altar, like talk during the ceremony for attention or to intentionally ruin it.
She's definitely the type of person to be like, I object. No, I'm just kidding. Keep going.
She would be. She would be that person that's
Funny,
just
right?
like,
Ha ha ha. And she's looking at all the groomsmen. She's like, you, and you. Targets.
Yeah. God. Truthfully, I think you might need to just get her out. Just be like, oh, we had someone else drop out from the groom's side, so to make it even. Like, give, like, some type of excuse.
Yeah, you want to do it in, like, a way where it's like, because if you're like, hey, you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Why?
Freaking
Because
hell.
you suck.
You're a horrible
Yeah.
person, and we're not friends
That
anymore.
person, this is the type of person who will burn it all down.
Well, and plus you still have to work with her. Like, she's your coworker, so it's not like you will never see her again.
You got to do something.
Oh,
You'll see her on Monday
HR. Get HR involved.
in your wedding. Is it better to ask her to be a guest, or is it better to just cut off the friendship? But she will still be my coworker, so not sure how to fully cut ties when we have meetings. I just don't really know what happened to her. She is an entirely different person now from when I asked her. And there is an update. I think that you have to go about this in a very particular way. I think any way you do it, she's going to be annoyed and pissed off, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Or you can just say, you know what, whatever, I'm just going to suck it up. Hopefully nothing happens at the wedding. You know, you got options here. I don't know what the best course of action to take is. But yeah, I don't know.
Please cut her off. It's going to be hard at first, but for the well-being of your wedding and your sanity, it's the best call.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is more cons than pros here.
There's an update. I found a few psychiatrist recs for her and am going to have a discussion with her regarding the wedding. I really appreciate everyone's input. I think the right thing for her is to get some assistance that she has to commit to on her own. I am also going to end the friendship because I do not think after telling her this, good things will come. Yeah, unfortunately. There will most likely be retaliation towards me, my friends, and my employment. I will update you all later.
Oh boy.
And there's an update.
The fallout.
I mean, anyone in this situation, I feel like, would not take it well. You know, if I was part of a bridal party and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, actually, we can't have you in it, or we don't want you in it. And then that's just going to make me feel absolutely terrible. But obviously, there's reasons why, but those reasons are also like horrible reasons just coming at her character. It's like, it can't not be an attack. This is so hard to like just kind of phrase it in a way that's not going to be hurtful, but it's really, we don't like your character. I would hate this. Hate to be in this situation.
Yeah, agreed. You do have to be a word ninja in order to get the point across. But with
is
how
true.
she takes things, might as well just say it straight. Cut her out.
Sophie, tell her you've decided to elope.
And then what happens whenever you post the wedding pictures?
Yeah.
Be like,
We eloped without you.
Oh,
Yeah, that is eloping. That is courting.
don't know. Update number 2.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, I spoke with her today and she lost it.
Really? Her?
Wow.
No.
That doesn't seem like her.
Make sure you have the cops ready to protect you.
Oh, God.
Security.
She kept calling me, cussing me out, hanging up, and repeating. I stopped answering after the 3rd time. I straight up asked her if maybe she had been diagnosed with something in the past, and she said no. I then asked her if she would see a psychiatrist or wanted help finding one based on what myself and others have been noticing. By the way, you can notice that we come up with full episodes with stories just like this all the time, every day. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search up OK Storytime. Oh, this didn't go well. I didn't expect it
Did
to,
we think
but
it was gonna go well?
No.
But you know what? You gotta rip off that Band-Aid. It might get some of that scab, but you know what?
Again.
Get it.
Yeah.
Take it
it's
off.
hard.
Yeah. Just do it. It's going to help you out in the long run. Do not let this person be near your new family.
Yeah.
She's getting married. She'll have new family.
She lost it there and said I was projecting and I was defensive, which neither made sense to me, and that I am discriminating against her and that the other girls put me up to this and said I just wanted a specific number of bridesmaids. Not the case. Removing her actually causes fewer bridesmaids and makes it uneven, but to me, I don't care if it's even. I just want people I care about there. What a nice bride. We don't get those. I tried to explain more, and she began screaming and talking over me, snatching belongings. So I dipped, and that's when she started calling again and again and cussing me out. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm pretty certain she will just go talk about me to her other friends, which is fine. She can vent, but I will not be unblocking. I think there is only so much I can do before she needs to do something for herself. She also told me not to contact her friends, who I became friends with after her intro, because they are hers, and they cannot be friends with me because she found them first.
Cool, whatever. You know they're adults, right? You know they can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah, what?
I mean, I get it. That is like unspoken rule.
Yes, but also you can't really control people. We are 35 years old, and you're
Yo.
doing this? Oh, crazy. Friends are not property, but if it stops her from contacting me, so be it. I was trying to be patient, but God, she was so scary today, making all sorts of weird comments. And that's the end.
OP, keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Loco!
She's definitely thinking and plotting revenge any way she can.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open.
I would definitely have maybe a maid of dishonor. It's like the people who, like, if they are bad people at the wedding or like don't want you there, they can take care of them.
Yes,
Oh, I see.
yes.
Yeah,
like-
they're the maid of dishonor. I think you should have
That's
something
cool.
like that.
And then set up passwords for all your vendors. Do the protectionary things of weddings that people do.
Just like have someone on standby, I guess.
Get ready for work too.
Yeah, work's
Oh,
gonna be
God.
a nightmare. Work will be a nightmare,
Hopefully
and
they're not in the same department.
yeah, well, they go to meetings together. That's the thing. She is her coworker, so she has to see her.
Damn.
It sucks.
I hope this never happens to one of us guys.
Oh,
I don't think we hang out with people that.
yeah. I
That
feel
out
like
of
we're all
pocket.
pretty chill, and if we have a problem, I feel like we take a walk and we discuss.
Sometimes.
But that's the end of that story, and we got some comments here. These comments are from, am I the a-hole for telling my wife to tell her mom to move out of our home after she decided to leave all inheritance to her brother? This was posted on May 19th, 2026. So literally a couple weeks ago. This is the TLDR for story 1. And it says, OP's father-in-law passed away and left a huge life insurance payout to OP's mother-in-law and lazy brother-in-law. But his hard-working daughter, OP's wife, got nothing. Now, mother-in-law and brother-in-law are living in OP's house. The brother does nothing but play video games all day, and OP and his wife are stuck doing every single chore, errand, and renovation, while brother-in-law sits on a pile of cash. 5 months later, things take a turn nobody saw coming, and OP finally reaches his breaking point. Will the family ever make brother-in-law grow up, or will OP walk away for good? If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
I do not remember this one.
I don't remember this one.
Okay. So you remember how it turns out? Okay,
Yeah.
no spoilers.
Oh, no, I won't tell anything.
Good. But we have some comments here, and let's start off with the Grid Girls. Great name. Saying, if I'm inheriting money, you're not getting in my way. I don't give a F, LMAO. Tough love? You really don't want him to improve and do any better. You're still not getting that money, LOL. Oh. We have another comment here from Random Stuffs XP7362 saying, boy, moms are wild.
Moms are what?
Wild.
Oh, moms are... I thought you said moms are wife. And I was like,
No.
I mean, maybe sometimes.
Boy, moms are wife.
That's why I was confused. Is that the end?
That is the end of the comments.
Hey, I know we're all very busy, but I just want to let you know we have more bonus stories you can listen to, so you might want to stay tuned for the next one. My friend's broke boyfriend gave me an expensive birthday gift. I gave it right back.
This is too expensive for me.
Hi, everyone. Last week, I celebrated my birthday with my friend group. We're all fairly close, and whilst we never discussed presents or gifts explicitly, we all kind of naturally fell into an unspoken pattern around what kind of birthday gifts we give to each other. We do gift, but they're usually in the 10 to 40 euro range. By the way, this comes from Beneficial Hall 5320. God bless me. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the ROK Storytime subreddit. So think things like maybe a book or a voucher for theater tickets, maybe a nice little bottle of wine, that kind of stuff. We're all young professionals or grad students, and that just fits our general income level. A good friend of mine brought her boyfriend to the party, and he gave me a gift of his own, separate from my friends. Without going into too much detail, it was a small object that had a very thoughtful connection to a trip I took in winter. I was genuinely very thankful for the gift and thought it was lovely. However, when I unpacked said item item at home. Something about it just caught my eye. Certain parts of the item that I would have expected to be made of glass didn't look like glass. I ended up Googling the maker's mark on the bottom and found the exact same item online for the price of 750 euros. Now, it'd be one thing if this guy was a trust fund kid for whom that kind of money was just peanuts. I'd still feel uncomfortable, but at least there'd be some logic to this. But my friend's relationship with this guy already has massive problems, which are largely centered around him being underemployed and making her pick up the tab for their shared lifestyle to an undue degree. We honestly all expect their relationship to fizzle out soon because they obviously aren't compatible in some key aspects. So now I've got this 750 euro item on my shelf, and I've no clue how to handle this. It feels extremely inappropriate to have this thing. I'd feel uncomfortable accepting this sort of gift from almost anyone I know, but the fact that it's a friend's romantic partner, and I'm attracted to the same gender and her boyfriend knows, but still, and B, said friend has issues with her partner's handling of his finances, just makes it even worse. It's also a highly specific item that I don't think he'd be likely to just have, so I'm pretty certain he must have bought this for the occasion and be aware of its value. So what do I do? What do I do, Lord? My friend seems to be totally unaware of the value of the item. Do I tell her? Do I contact the boyfriend and ask him what the F he was thinking? How would you handle this? And there are some comments here. Honestly, I would just reach out to the boyfriend.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, like, I
You're
wouldn't.
not close to the boyfriend. You're close to the girl. Than the boyfriend.
Right, but it's like, I think just on principle, it's like, this isn't a thing where it's like he doesn't handle his finances well.
What if what if the girlfriend didn't get anything for this holiday?
Oh, you think he spent like her money on it instead of his?
Or accidentally,
But it's like, that's why, so you go to him first, you have that conversation. If it comes to light that he is spending her money, then you go to her.
It could be messy.
So we have some comments. Comment 1, I'd bring it up with your friend. There is a chance that he got a really, really good deal or even a decent knockoff at a lower price. But honestly, if he's bad with money, even something half that price would be pretty inappropriate. Talk to your friend and offer to return the gift if it turns out to have cost as much as you suspect it did. Let them know you are incredibly grateful for his thoughtfulness, but it didn't feel right accepting such a lavish gift and that their company and friendship is all that you ask for. Just be honest about how you feel and let your friend decide how she wants to proceed. Comment 2, that's about $850 US. If your gift is the real deal, that gift is very inappropriate from someone you barely know. What did your friend think about his over-the-top generosity? OP says, my friend seemed to be totally unaware of the value of said object. Heck, I was unaware until I realized something about this thing was off and started Googling. I'm 99% sure the boyfriend must be aware of the value of the item. I see only a very limited chance he accidentally bought a valuable antique from someone who didn't realize what they were selling. I've since resolved to contact her about this mess and am drafting a message to send tonight. To me, at least, it's strange. I guess it makes sense, but
like the road we said earlier, there's 100 ways to get this destination.
I guess so.
Taking the dirt road.
I guess so. It's like I would just talk. I would get it from the horse's mouth first. You know what I mean? I would ask the boy. I'd be like,
sometimes you can lead a horse to an interrogation room, but the horse won't talk.
Yeah, but like, you know, that's why you don't make it an interrogation. You just go, hey, I noticed something weird about this. Where did you get it?
Sometimes you take the horse to a coffee shop to just hang out and catch up, but the horse won't.
I don't know. Yeah, just I would try to suss it out.
I see.
Anyway, there is an update. Let's go ahead and dive in. To summarize my original post, my 26 female friends, 26 female perpetually broke boyfriend, 28 male, gave me a birthday gift, and it was expensive. Theories are to what happened included him not being aware of the value, buying it from someone who didn't know what they were selling, or him trying to somehow hurt his girlfriend or my friend, and or trying to hit on me in a bizarre and inappropriate way. I ended up texting my friend and telling her that I had researched the gift and discovered it was worth a very inappropriate amount of money. She was very surprised by the entire situation, especially considering her boyfriend, who is now an ex, but more on that later, is perpetually broke and makes her foot the bill for their shared lifestyle. She came over to my place together. We called him on speakerphone where she demanded some answers. Long story short, he stole it from his own mother.
We were right. We were freaking right.
Oh, central. Wow.
From his own mom.
Stole it from your own mom.
What?
I don't know where you need to go to fix that kind of behavior. He's still being a bit shady about some details, but we managed to piece together the sequence of events to a satisfactory degree. So my friend was supposed to be coming to my birthday party straight from work. When she left her office, she realized she had forgotten the gift she planned for me, which was a book at home. Since she was already running late and her place is pretty far from both her work and my flat, she chose to text her boyfriend, who was having dinner at his parents' home at the time. She knew he was there and knew his parents lived close to me, so she asked him to just buy a copy of the same book at a bookshop on his way to my place so they'd have a gift. For reasons known only to him, he did not choose this simple, reasonable solution to the "we forgot our gift" issue. Instead of leaving 5 minutes early to pick up another copy of the book, he chose to grab a random item off his mother's living room shelf without asking her. Which, by the way, guys, people can lie to you. We are aware of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this reads like a big fat lie. I don't know.
I'm not buying it.
I feel like this was premeditated.
Yeah.
He had no idea what it was. He just thought it looked pretty, took it, and stuffed it in a paper bag. He also did not text back my friend or react to her calls, so she reasonably assumed he hadn't read her messages and ended up going back to get the book, which was why they arrived separately with separate gifts. Meanwhile, the boyfriend had unknowingly gifted me not just any antique. No. This item had been passed down to his mother from 3 times great-grandmother. It had been in his family's possession for literal centuries and was the only tangible connection his mother still had to her home country, which incidentally is also my mother's home country, which he wasn't aware of, meaning that what I thought was a thoughtful connection to my trip was a total coincidence. He had no idea of the item's cultural significance.
What?
How are you going to steal?
What?
You steal from your mom, not only just that's already bad, you steal something that's been in your own family for over 100 years and you just shove it in a paper bag and give it away.
What?
Instead of going to the bookstore.
Getting a book. You know what?
OP's friend's boyfriend just hates books.
Yeah, you could have just
He's you.
shoplifted a book. Too.
He's you, dude.
He's me.
He's you. He hates books.
It's not that I hate books. It's
You
just
hate the
they're
letters
hard
in
to
the
read.
books. My friend immediately made him call his mom to fess up to the entire situation. His mother had been running herself ragged trying to figure out where this item disappeared to for days. Obviously, she never suspected thievery and was blaming herself terribly for having lost something this important. The boyfriend actually had the gall to try to convince her not to make her call his mom. What a scumbag. He wanted to sweep the entire thing under the rug. Of course, we didn't let that happen. His mother came by my place this morning, and I returned the item along with some apologies for not starting investigations immediately, and some nice chocolate. We had a lovely conversation about our shared cultural heritage. I assured her that the item had been treated with dignity for the entire time it was in my possession, and we parted ways with a hug. She also told me that my initial estimate of the item's value was incorrect. It's actually worth even more money. It would probably sell for a 4-figure sum at auction.
24,000.
Yeah.
Easily.
And by the way, you know what's in the 4-figure sum?
What's that?
The amount of hours that you can listen to OK Storytime on your podcast platform of choice, whether that is Spotify or Apple Podcasts or YouTube even, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search OK Storytime and you will find it. And that's 48 consecutive days. So let me make sure I did the math right in my head. I did some fast math. I'm pretty sure this is in the 4-figure territory. So we're going to do 24 hours times 48 days. And that is 1,152 hours. So that is 4 figures worth of OK Storytime. We know they broke up.
Yep.
Which is what you do. Who steals cultural heritage knickknacks from his own mother.
From their mom.
And then goes, no, don't tell her. Let's
I don't
gaslight
want to
her.
call her.
Please help me gaslight my mom.
She's going to be mad.
I don't know what she wants to do with her son, but I hope she whoops his butt. My friend, for obvious reasons, broke up with him. Lessons learned: Google suspicious gifts and lock away your sentimental/valuable items when your people you're not entirely sure about come over. The gall of this man. Okay, I remember reading your first post. What was the gift? Why not put us out of our misery and say what it is? Yes, OP. All right. It's super specific, but it's a special kind of religious devotional triptych made, in the case of my particular one, of silver and real effing rubies. They're called travel triptychs and common in my family's home region, though of course they aren't usually made of silver and gemstones. I initially grew suspicious because of the maker's mark saying that it's silver, and specifically saying that it's 800 silver, which is a kind of silver used only up until the 1800s. Modern silverwork uses 925 silver, aka sterling silver. The religious aspect wasn't very meaningful to me, but my family's home city is famous for its silversmithing, and my mother's family were silversmiths, and this item specifically is beautiful. Maybe your family made it. Of course it is. It's $1,000 antique inlaid with rubies. Super specific, but this MFer basically accidentally gave me a gift that would have been, if it had come from someone else, pretty dang amazing.
Wow. Huh.
What a cool thing. I
That's
want
pretty
to
cool.
look up travel triptych right now.
He's going to look up travel triptych. I'm not behind the computer desk to look that up. I do not have
Yes,
a
but
keyboard.
you know what? I'm going to pass you this.
He's
And
going to pass me
that
this.
was the first story of that,
was
episode.
the first story of the second episode.
Let's go. Travel triptych silver rubies. Yeah, it is. It's one. It's like
Oh.
It's one of these. It's like the foldable,
Oh, wow.
and then it folds up.
He
I guess they
literally
call it a
just grabbed
triptych because
that.
there's 3 of them.
That's crazy. Well, it folds up.
Yeah, just snagged that off the shelf.
It's like your own little
Ah.
prayer room. You know, you take it wherever you want.
Right, exactly. It's like a little
Like,
tiny. Yeah, it's a little prayer portrait. That's crazy.
Wow. I ended a 30-year friendship over a missed text.
Doesn't sound like an overreaction to me.
Up until a year ago, I had a long-standing friendship over 30 years with a woman we will call Valerie. Our friendship withstood the test of time, numerous moves, her tumultuous childhood, marriage, divorce, and kids. By the way, this comes from Friendish Curry. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit.
Do it.
Her family is next-level self-absorbed person I see, and frankly, if we hadn't grown up together, I don't think I would have believed the level of nastiness that people enacted on their youngest daughter and sibling. Because I knew so much about her and her traumas, I forgave her for a lot and made excuses for her more outlandish behavior. But we got along. There were many board game nights. I planned a surprise birthday, baked cakes, went to bonfires, painted miniatures, babysat her daughter, went on hikes, made handbag gifts, and more.
I wonder what kind of miniatures. I wonder if they were like D&D or Warhammer. Do you buy the plastic crap?
We spoke nearly every weekday. She knew everything about my life, and I knew everything about hers. We were able to talk about our childhoods in a way that only siblings can understand. As time went by, though, some things didn't add up. Valerie is an uber extrovert, the kind of person who thrives on constant attention. She's loud and obnoxious everywhere she goes, and it gets worse when she drinks,
That's why I don't drink that much.
which is often. Every job she has ever had, all the coworkers eventually loathe her. One job went as far as to not invite her on a work trip that the whole company attended because no one wanted her there, but she did her job well enough that they couldn't find another way to fire her. I also began to notice that Valerie only took my phone calls during the day when she was bored. She never responded to a text or a phone call at night or on the weekend because she was busy hanging out with other people. I live over an hour away. I made justifications for this, telling myself that she was being a present friend and that her hanging out in person with people was more important than taking my phone call. But then I also noticed I wasn't being invited on any trips. When she got engaged, she invited 10 people on the trip, including one of my siblings.
Okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty whack.
The trip ended up being terrible. Her fault entirely, but the fact that I wasn't even invited really bothered me. She went on numerous beach trips and never invited me to a single one. The same for other special days. In fact, the only thing I was ever invited to was her birthday. But I also let this go because every trip she came back with ridiculous stories and another broken friendship. So I told myself it was a good thing I didn't go, or she knew I wouldn't enjoy it, so she was protecting me somehow. Enter the beginning of our friendship breakup. Valerie suffered a passing of a very young child in January 2024. She was devastated and my heart hurt for her. After a week of medical complications, she was scheduled to go into the doctor for a DNC. Let us know what that means in the comments, since her urine analysis was still showing she was preggo. I drove over an hour to her house the day before to spend it with her. We sat and talked while both working remotely as she processed her emotions. I tried to be a listening ear and a soft shoulder to cry on. The next day, she called me and told me that she was still preggo. They thought that she passed away a twin. I was shocked and overjoyed. I cried happily, tears with her. Then I went on a 5-day vacation where I purposely disconnected and told everyone I was putting my phone down for a few days. When I got back, I sent her an innocuous complaint about my teenager not getting out of bed again. This was how we normally communicated, just general back and forth, picking up where we left off. But something had changed in those 5 days. I should state now that all interaction with her from now until we stopped speaking was via Facebook Messenger. She immediately responded and said that I was being rude. How dare I talk about my stuff without asking her how she was? And she was angry that I missed the text from her. Admittedly, I did see that she had sent me a meme of some sort, but I had not opened it or read it. I hopped over, read the text, responded with a laugh emoji. I also apologized and said I was trying to disconnect and wasn't trying to be dismissive. This is when I got an earful from her stating that she didn't feel like I was a good friend because a good friend would be asking her more questions about how she was doing, how pregnancy was going, what color she was going to paint the nursery.
Dude, it's like, where was any of that energy for me? The friend you are chronically excluding from everything. What do you mean? Are you serious?
She's the queen and she's just using all of her pawns.
Yeah, I wanted to say earlier that it's like the reason you're getting invited to the birthdays is probably because you give her a gift.
I was a bit confused by this considering she had already had one kid and I didn't do that with the last one because she had told me all that stuff on her own. We would chat and she would tell me how she was going to decorate in purple, names she was considering, trips she was planning. I apologized again and explained that I didn't typically ask a million questions of people because it felt intrusive. I kind of figured she would tell me things like she always had. But at this point, she refused to accept my apology and started telling me how I was supposed to respond to things, questions I should be asking, how to respond to a text. This is the type of person that every day something bad happens and they always complain about something.
Explaining how to respond to a text is wild.
Yes. I know how English works.
And you know who the common denominator here is because every time she goes out of town, she comes back with one less friend than she left with. One person comes back after going on a trip with her every time and goes, you know what? I'm done with this person.
Yep, and it looks like it's your turn.
It might be your turn, yeah.
I looked back at her texts and noted how often this woman had ignored my text. Again, I apologized and said I didn't mean to be dismissive and just forgot about it. The next day, I received a grainy video. She was having a gender reveal party. I was not invited. At this point, I was pissed. I responded with a meme in the spirit of that missed text when all heck broke loose. She was furious at my response. How dare I respond to something so important so impersonally? Then she started telling me exactly what I was supposed to say and how I was supposed to say it. I was angry that this woman who had just picked a fight with me expected me to be happy and excited about an event I wasn't even invited to. Yeah, at this point, what do you have to lose in this friendship?
Nothing. You only have something to gain, which is no longer having a monkey on your back.
Yeah.
That's all this friendship is.
I did talk to her for 2 weeks. When she reached out again to ask if we were cool, I told her that most definitely we were not, and telling me that I am a bad friend when I clearly have been a very good friend for years. It is crappy. Thank you. That's when she told me that she doesn't think I'm a bad friend. She just feels like I'm a bad friend. She doesn't think it, she just feels it.
Oh, shut up.
Frankly, I didn't understand the difference. Either way, she was accusing me of being a bad friend. Over what? A missed text message? Screw you. Then she told me that I wasn't validating her feelings and started sending me articles and videos on what validating someone's feelings looks like. Y'all, I've been a foster parent for 9 years. I could probably teach a class on what validating feelings really looks like, particularly for kids. So condescending. The problem wasn't that I wasn't validating her feelings, it was that I disagreed with her. Finally, I asked if we could please just talk, either on the phone or in person.
Did you just get me like that, dude? I was texting my mom.
Finally, I asked if we could just please talk, either on the phone or in person. Surely, if she just heard my voice and realized how sorry I was and how ridiculous she was being, we could reconcile. She refused. She said she needed a record of our conversation. That's when something snapped. Dude. The friendship ended for me in that moment. Was she planning to use this conversation in court? She'd want to throw my words back at me? I was done. That's the last time we spoke. I ended up writing her a letter as a one-ditch effort at the urging of several friends who all wanted things to be rectified because we were so close for so long. I assume she received it because she sent me a message but deleted it before I saw it. In August, after speaking to my therapist, I decided to unfriend her on all socials. I unfriended her fully because I realized two things. One, the drama she brings into people's lives is not okay, and I have been putting up with it it simply because she was my oldest friend, and I would never allow anyone I met today to treat me like the way she does. 2, I didn't miss her. I've missed having someone to talk to daily, but I didn't miss her. I would never choose to be friends with her again. I heard through the grapevine that she was very upset about this. She called in October, but I let it go to voicemail, and she didn't leave a message. Probably just checking to see if I had blocked her. I haven't. I wouldn't have mind talking to her again, but the friendship is over. And after this story, our friendship will not be over. It cannot be over.
It would never. At least for 48 consecutive days, it will not be over.
Do these 3 steps. 1, go to your favorite podcast platform. 2, search up what?
Okay, story time.
3, press play and listen to how many freaking days of content?
48.
Yes, 48. And we have a little bit more. I like
leave your trash friends in the past.
and kind of considering. I like this way of considering what have I like gained, what have I lost. You freed up so much more mind space. I have only had one other true friendship breakup. That was with a relatively new friend. Losing a friend of 30 years has been hard. Even with all of her drama, she was my friend. We had so many inside jokes. Feels crazy to lose a friend over a missed text and not asking more questions about nursery colors, but my life has been so much calmer without her in it. This is the first time I've shared this in any public way, but it feels good to write out. Valerie, I love you. I don't miss you. I hope you can figure out a way to be a better person so your kids don't have to suffer the way you did.
Dang.
Boom.
Big facts.
Big facarunos. Valerie,
facts.
be better.
I love you. I don't miss you is a crazy bar.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah. And that's actually a great example of like how to maturely, emotionally compute something like that. It's like just because you're no longer friends with somebody doesn't mean you have to like hate them and be their absolute enemy. My friend is always jealous of my romantic relationships. It ruined our friendship.
We don't have to do everything together.
Jealousy do be doing that.
Yeah.
This is my first time posting one of these, so I don't really know where to start, so please bear with me. For background information, this individual and I were friends from the ages of 13 and 15. She had just turned 15, I was about to turn 14, and ended our relationship right before I turned 17. We had met at a youth group in my area when I was 12, and I always thought she was cool. By the way, this comes from user NeatImprovement269, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit and submit them there. So, she was funny and invited me into her already established friend group of about 5 people, including herself. She and I were homeschooled, but I went to a group co-op and graduated high school early and did early college. This girl and I clicked from the beginning, but we didn't become friends right away because I started dating someone in that group that she hated. We'll call him Duke. Duke and I were together for a little over a year, and for us being so young, it was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in. He would tell me that certain people were toxic so that he could have me all to himself. You're all mine, little kitten. Looking back on it now, I realize why she hated him. Nevertheless, he left me shattered in a million pieces with no one to comfort me besides my parents as I shared his friend group. Going to youth group was obviously hard as Duke was there, and the drama spread like wildfire. I was left alone the majority of the night, and no one wanted to sit by me because I had become the depicted crazy ex-girlfriend. Nearing the end of that night, my ex-best friend, Ashley, came up to me to comfort me. I looked at her with tears in my eyes, so she took me to sit in her car where I started bawling to her about my ex-boyfriend situation. From then on, we were besties. We would constantly be at each other's houses and spend the night a lot, and her mom even tutored me in one of my classes as I struggled.
Oh, nice.
The struggle is real. The first 2 years of our friendship were great, but then she started getting weird. She came out to me, which I was like, that's fine. Hey, you do you, boo. But I felt like the best friend things weren't best friend things anymore. Sharing food, holding hands, sometimes in public, sleepovers, cuddles, etc. were starting not to feel like they did before. It felt as if Ashley was putting more meaning behind it. I had made it clear to her that I was and still am straight, and even though she said she knew, it felt like she was hoping I would change my mind or something. I ignored it for a while and slowly started setting silent boundaries. No more sleepovers, cuddling, or hand-holding as I started to become uncomfortable with her behavior. But her and my relationship were still tight. We continued to hang out at each other's house and hang out elsewhere until late at night. One of those nights while we were hanging out, she had asked if if I would ever abandon her and leave her for someone else. I then replied, no way, you're my bestie. But as we get older, I will have more responsibilities and might not be able to hang out with you as much as we do now. She stayed silent and didn't ask me again for a while. I mean, like, that's real though. Like on a real level, it's like you can be 16, you can be 17 and be like, are you gonna be my bestie forever? And then you can be like, yeah, we're gonna be besties for life. But it's like,
But the girlfriend,
it's hard.
Like Ashley was looking for more than that. She was like, "Or do you see me any way, shape, or form more than this?"
Yeah,
because Ashley has a crush on OP.
Point being is like, even if you do want to be best friends with someone forever, it's like life gets in the way a lot of times. And then also people can change. I had a friend who changed and we don't talk anymore. Fast forward a few months, there was a dance my ex co-op was hosting that was coming up. I had asked Ashley if she wanted to be my date, so to speak, as I didn't have that many friends and didn't want to show up alone. She's not the party type, but I thought I would ask because she was my best friend. And I thought it was rude not to invite her. Ashley actually declined, but I had already bought my ticket, so I was going anyway. About a week after I bought the ticket, the dance was now a few weeks out, and I reconnected with a friend, Jamal, from the co-op I graduated from several months prior. We reconnected on social media and started DMing back and forth a lot. To be clear, I had a crush on him when we were at school together, but I never did anything because I was with Duke then and decided to be loyal. Ashley noticed I was on my phone texting a lot when we were hanging out and jokingly snatched my phone, asking who I was talking to, and started reading the messages. Yeah, so that's not a joke if she just actually snatches your phone and reads your texts. That's like not a prank. That's not a joke. She did that.
Dude, that was a 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
I love that.
So yeah, she just started reading my messages, which is, again, not a joke. I asked her to return my phone and explained that it was just an old friend who had reached out. She asked more about Jamal, so I gave her the information she wanted. She told me to be careful that she didn't want another Duke situation to happen to me. I thought it was sweet that she was looking out for me, but unfortunately, that was not the case. Coincidentally, Jamal and I were going to the same dance in a few weeks, so naturally I talked to Ashley more and more about him because I was excited and found out I really liked him. However, even though I liked Jamal, Ashley didn't at all. Even though I liked Jamal, Ashley did not like him at all. When I would bring him up, she would sigh or give me a dirty look, would constantly make comments about, we don't need men, and all men are trash. Yeah, you go, girl. Now, I would say many men are trash, but not all.
Yep.
And definitely not Jamal.
That was good.
Dude,
that was good.
Got them all. I've got it in the bag today, dude. Ashley refused to be happy for me in possibly finding a good guy like Jamal. She would say, they always turn on you. That's why I'm attracted to the same gender. Fast forward to the night of the dance. It was a winter formal, and I spent a few months making a dress for this dance. Ooh, talented. It was so pretty, but nothing crazy. I was getting ready on FaceTime with Ashley, and when I put the dress on and asked what she thought, she said, I mean, it's all right. Remember, she knew that I had worked hard to make said dress. I decided to do my makeup after putting the dress on. It was white, but put a robe on to ensure I didn't get makeup on it. While doing my makeup, Ashley commented, you should just wear the robe to the dance. You don't need to look good for people that don't matter, and things like that. I laughed it off and told her I had to go because I was meeting with a group to eat before we headed to the dance venue. I finally meet up at the restaurant with Jamal again after not seeing him for a long time. We clicked again, talked to each other for the time there, and generally spent the night at the dance together. We slow danced and talked and just had a great night. There was a time in one of our conversations nearing the end of the night when I didn't know if I would see him again. So I just rushed in with the question, do you like me? We talked for a while, realizing we had the same feelings for each other and became a couple that night.
Oh, wow.
Coming home excited, I told my parents and FaceTimed Ashley to give her all the details. I see you in the chat. She made it clear she was not that excited for me. She was really dry and said that she had to go to sleep because I have work in the morning. We shared schedules. She did not have work until mid-afternoon. A couple of weeks later on a call, I was updating her on some fun things in Jamal and I's new relationship when she cut me off and said something that caught me off guard. I don't want you to talk to me about Jamal anymore. I'm sorry. He's literally all you talk about. Like, I'm sure there's something more interesting to talk about than a dumb guy. I'm sorry. I didn't know it made you so uncomfortable. I guess I'll cut it back a bit. Like, he's so ugly too. He's such a rat.
Bro, dudes do be looking like a rat.
Huh?
Some dudes do be looking like a rat. I could show you one right now.
What animal do I look like?
All right. Here's one.
You realize that's you, right?
No!
I don't really appreciate that you're calling him ugly when you've never seen him in person. Well, he is ugly. I can tell from the picture, and how you're treating me is like you're with Duke all over again.
Oh my, stop comparing him to Duke. What?
And then she goes, you really need to know exactly who these people are before you make them your boy toy. And I go, okay, hang on. You've never met this man, so how can you say it's like Duke all over again? And I get we have very different ideas of what we find attractive, but the fact that you're calling Jamal ugly is not okay. And even if he was ugly, you keep that to yourself because he treats me right and I'm happy with him. Also, the fact that I can't talk to my best friend about my boyfriend that I'm happy with is crazy. I think we should put our friendship on pause until you're less bitter about Jamal and can be a good friend regardless of how you feel. Well, when all you talk about is Jamal, it gets really annoying. You always turn your relationships into your whole personality. You did it with Duke and I'm not better. I'm just annoyed and hurt by you flaunting him and shoving him in my face when I told you how I feel. I've done nothing but voice my concerns and you just ignore them. Well, I'm sorry you don't feel heard when this is the first time you've ever said anything about being uncomfortable with our relationship. And even if you did before, I've always considered what you say because your opinion has always been the most important. But when you pull things like this, I find it difficult to side with you. I think we should take a break from each other for a bit. You know how I feel about friendships. We're either friends or we're not. And you said you'd never abandon me. Abandonment is one person not knowing the other has left. But you, Ashley, know that I'm leaving.
Yo.
And by the way, you don't ever have to leave us because there are full episodes with stories like this one. All you have to do is go to your podcast platform of choice, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's YouTube, whether it's iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search OK Storytime and you will find 48 days, which is over 1,100 hours worth of content, of stories that you can listen to. We have not talked since that encounter. It's been about a year since all this went down, but I need an opinion. Am I the a-hole for ending a 3-year friendship over a guy? I would say no.
No.
Because honestly, like,
There are probably a lot more red flags.
it doesn't sound like a best friend forever type scenario.
Yeah.
And like you're about to graduate, your whole life is about to completely change forever. And a lot of the friendships that we have in that era of our lives do not always transfer over. So it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay.